You won't believe what just surfaced from the high seas. China has unveiled a next-gen naval robot that's turning heads and raising alarms across the globe. In the middle of massive naval drills, this cutting-edge robotic vessel reportedly left US military observers stunned. Is China rewriting the rules of modern warfare with autonomous technology? And how did this robotic warship perform under combat-simulated pressure? Stick around, because what we're about to uncover may signal the start of a high-tech arms race on the ocean. The main objectives of these exercises included a show of force in the region. The military aimed to emphasize China's readiness to defend its territorial claims and to warn Taiwan and its allies about the seriousness of Beijing's intentions. Another goal was to practice joint operations by improving coordination between different branches of the People's Liberation Army of China under real combat conditions. Additionally, China intended to field testing of the latest weapons and technologies, including robotic systems and unmanned vehicles. The exercises involved a wide range of military units and equipment. Mechanized and infantry brigades practiced amphibious operations and the capture of key coastal targets. Aircraft carrier strike groups, destroyers, frigates, and submarines carried out blockade maneuvers and amphibious landings. Fighter jets, bombers, and transport aircraft provided air cover and support for ground operations. Ballistic and cruise missiles were launched at designated targets, demonstrating precision strike capabilities. Some models were equipped with capabilities, allowing for precise attacks on targets. Cyber attack scenarios on enemy infrastructure were also practiced, demonstrating the People's Liberation Army of China's capabilities in cyber warfare. The scale and technological sophistication of the exercises caused concern in the international community. The United States and its allies closely monitored the situation, emphasizing the need to strengthen their own defenses and deterrence measures. At the same time, China asserted its right to protect territorial integrity and sovereignty, stressing that its military policy is defensive in nature. The People's Liberation Army of China is the largest military force in the world, and consists of several main components. The ground forces, which form the core and largest branch responsible for land-based operations. The Navy, which includes surface ships, submarines, and naval aviation. The Air Force, responsible for aerial operations and air defense. The Rocket Force, which manages strategic and tactical missile systems, including nuclear capabilities. The Strategic Support Force, which handles cyber operations, space activities, and electronic warfare. According to the United States Department of Defense, China is actively expanding its nuclear arsenal, aiming to reach 1,000 nuclear warheads by the year 2030. In the year 2024, the number of nuclear warheads exceeded 600, indicating the rapid expansion of the country's strategic capabilities. In the year 2025, China increased its defense budget by 7.2%, bringing it to approximately 1,784 billion yuan, or around $245.5 billion. This increase underscores China's commitment to modernizing its armed forces, including the development of high-tech systems such as stealth fighters, aircraft carriers, and the expansion of its nuclear arsenal. In recent years, China has been actively developing not only traditional types of weaponry, but also focusing on the latest technologies, including artificial intelligence, autonomous systems, and hypersonic weapons. These areas are key in the modernization strategy of the People's Liberation Army of China, which has been particularly evident during recent military exercises. China is emphasizing the integration of artificial intelligence into military operations. The exercises showcased autonomous combat drones, deployed both in airspace and on the water's surface. Some models were coordinated by artificial intelligence, which independently selected targets and devised optimal flight routes. Armed robotic dogs, mechanized combat platforms capable of operating in urban environments, infiltrating buildings, and engaging enemy forces. Naval drones, small autonomous underwater and surface vehicles that conducted reconnaissance missions and simulated attacks on enemy ships. These exercises also included tests of hypersonic missiles, which can reach speeds exceeding 5 times the speed of sound. China already possesses missiles such as the DF-17, but recent developments aim to enhance their maneuverability and stealth against enemy missile defense systems. According to assessments by Western military analysts, the Chinese exercises demonstrated a high level of troop readiness in the People's Liberation Army of China's capability to conduct large-scale military operations. The key takeaways from the maneuvers are as follows. First, the ability to blockade Taiwan, as the China's army rehearsed scenarios for a naval and aerial blockade of the island, raising concerns among the United States and its allies. Second, increased mobility of ground forces, with the use of rapidly deployable mobile divisions, enabling China to respond swiftly to crisis situations. Third, the effectiveness of coordination between different branches of the military, as the integration of the Navy, Air Force, and ground forces was conducted at a high level, significantly enhancing the Army's combat capabilities. The large-scale Chinese exercises have raised concerns among military experts in the United States and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. In response, the Pentagon conducted additional military drills in the region, increased arms supplies to Taiwan, and intensified joint exercises with Japan, South Korea, and Australia. Additionally, the United States has strengthened intelligence operations in the South China Sea, utilizing reconnaissance aircraft and satellite systems to monitor Chinese military activity. The Chinese military exercises have demonstrated China's army readiness to conduct large-scale operations and confirmed the high level of modernization of China's armed forces. However, these maneuvers were not just a show of strength, they served as a signal to the world about a new balance of power, in which Beijing is taking an increasingly assertive stance. The Chinese Navy has officially become the largest in the world in terms of the number of ships, surpassing even the United States Navy. Many experts believe that China has already entered a phase of strategic rivalry with the United States, and the coming years will be decisive for the future of global politics. Beijing has repeatedly stated that reunification with Taiwan is inevitable, and the recent exercises indicate that China is ready to move from words to action. If the People's Republic of China attempts to reclaim Taiwan by force, the United States and its allies may intervene, leading to a full-scale war. Although the United States military remains the most powerful in the world, China is rapidly closing the gap. China is strengthening its ties with Russia, Iran, and other nations that do not support the Western-led order. This is creating a new geopolitical axis that could rival the United States and the NATO. The recent Chinese military exercises have demonstrated that the country is prepared not only to defend its interests, but also to actively project power. Whether it's AI-powered warships, robotic dogs, or unmanned sea drones, one thing is clear: China's rapidly evolving military tech is making waves. But is this just a show of force, or the beginning of a true revolution in naval warfare? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Is the US ready for this level of competition? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update on the future of global military power. Until next time, stay sharp and stay curious.